Welcome to the Flourishing Founders podcast, where I interview inspiring Canadian entrepreneurs about the highs and lows of taking the leap of faith and starting their own business. My name is Ashley Deering. I'm the owner of Deering Media, a Fredericton, New Brunswick-based digital marketing agency. Let's jump into the episode. The subject of today's live is basically about my content creation strategy over the month of November. If you've been following me for a while, you know that this account has gone through many different phases. Most recently, promoting like photography and videography, modeling and acting and stuff like that. And then going to a switch where it's more of a value-based account where I'm trying to provide tips and tricks about social media to help fellow business owners, take away the stress of showing up consistently online. So that's kind of what I've been up to over the month of November, and we're really gonna dive into some stats today. I'm gonna talk to you guys about that strategy more, and I'm gonna kind of plan for the future with you guys. So this is basically an Instagram audit that I would normally do for a client every month, but I'm gonna do it for my own account with you guys. So let's see if I can figure out this feature. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh, it's so cool. Okay, we did it. Let's see if this works out. So this is my title screen. So yeah, like I said, we're going to do a check-in. So 1 month of consistently posting. What does that look like? What results did I get? What did I learn from it? And what are we going to do moving forward? Choose a different asset. I'm still figuring out this feature too, so please don't hate me. Okay, cool. So I'm Ashley Deering. It's nice to meet you guys. If you don't know me, I am a Fredericton-based creative entrepreneur. I own a company called Deering Media, where we specialize in social media marketing. We also build websites and do rebrands. This is our agenda for today's meeting or Instagram Live. We are going to go over my November strategy. We're going to expose the stats. I'm going to show you guys some numbers, the good and the bad, and we're going to make a plan moving forward. And then I just want to talk to you guys about, getting some feedback and stuff too. I'm very open to that. If you have any questions for any of this, feel free to leave them in the chat. I will totally go look at those once we get to that point. And thank you for attending. Thanks for spending your Sunday morning with me. It's super sweet. Okay. So, my November strategy. So, my November strategy was to post daily. So, whether it was a feed, a live, a reel, whatever it may be, I wanted to make sure I was posting daily. Just because I wanted to up what I was normally doing. So, sometimes I'll take on clients, we'll maybe only post 3 times a week. I knew I really wanted to grow and grow fast, so I kind of pushed myself to do that extra step and try to post daily. And with the right planning in place, you can do that without it being a pain in the ass. Another goal of mine was to utilize all the features that Instagram offers. So instead of just posting on my feed and in my stories, I wanted to be taking advantage of lives, which is what I'm doing today. I wanted to take advantage of, creating reels so I can try to find a new audience. I wanted to take advantage of, making carousel posts to try to keep people on my posts longer and try to up that engagement. So I've kind of been playing around with all the features that Instagram has to offer. And there's been so many incredible changes over the last couple months to these features. So I feel like I'm always constantly trying to keep up. So it's been fun to play with that. I really enjoy that part of this. Daily engagement, I've been trying to reach out to people that are within my niche and within basically my province. So I do offer my services across Canada and in the States, but right now I am kind of focusing in on the Atlantic Canada market. So I try to interact with people that I think would be a good match in my niche, which is female entrepreneurs and business owners. And then I also try to interact with people that already follow me to, show them back some love and thanks for encouraging me along the way. And I try to interact with people that are in my niche that I think are, hi, there's people joining. Thanks for joining, guys. I appreciate it. Welcome. Happy Sunday. Thanks for spending your morning with me, and I hope you have a coffee. And the other thing I do is try to engage with industry leaders, not because I'm trying to get their attention necessarily, but I like interacting with people that might be at my same level, that are in that niche, that are in that comment section, and try to see if we can help each other and follow each other. So it's something else I like to do. I wanted to have a curated and accessible feed. So I don't think you need to have a super perfect feed in 2021 or 2022. More so it's just my OCD. I wanted to look pretty and be nice and have its own colors and stuff like that. But the other side of that is I want it to be accessible. So when you land on it, like all my reels, I have 3 different reel pillars, and we'll get into that. But one of them is like Funny Fridays. Those are purple. I want you to be able to land on my feed and automatically know which piece of content that is, because if you're only here for one type of content, it's easy for you to grab that. I've also tried to have like big titles on my posts so you can like, as you're scrolling through the feed, be like, okay, that's for me, that's interesting, nope, don't want to see that. Trying to make it accessible in that point. I don't want to waste your time. Establish and follow content pillars. So this is the first time on this account, like usually I was just posting photos of myself and writing whatever I felt in the moment. Now there's a plan. So like I post every single day has a purpose, a reason why I'm posting on that day, a specific piece of content that I'm posting on that day, a certain feature in Instagram that I'm utilizing. I'm very like specific with what I'm doing right now. I'm batch shooting my content to alleviate stress, so I hate trying to figure out last minute when I'm going to post. I have a lot of my reels already batched and ready. I have covers for them created. That's been something that's really helped me and helped my clients. And I want to provide value to new and current followers. So I want to find new people and grow the account that I have, but I also want to take, the business owners that are with me right now and nurture them and help give them tips and tricks. So that was my November's strategy. Let's choose a different asset. I promise I'll figure this part out. Okay, so what did that look like? So my weekly schedule looked a little bit like this. I had 1 carousel post a week. So that's where you have like a feed post that you can swipe through. The reason I like those kinds of posts is you can really break down almost like a blog post or a big piece of content and have it, broken down into bite-sized pieces as you swipe through. The other nice thing about it is the longer somebody stays on your piece of content, it tells Instagram, even if they're not liking it or engaging with it, them just staying there and swiping through and reading through the whole thing tells Instagram that it's an interesting piece of content and it'll keep pushing it out to other people. So I've been trying to tap into that, and I did have some success with my carousel post this month, and we'll talk about that in a moment. I've been trying to do at least 1 live, so every Sunday at 10. I can't believe this is the 5th live that I have done on this account. It's super scary, especially being here today by myself. So thank you to those who are joining. You guys are helping. But it's intimidating, but it is a nice, I know this is a pretty curated presentation, but it's still me here talking to you, me fumbling over my words, me being me and raw and authentic at the end of the day. And I think a lot of people can, sniff through the bullshit online because we're constantly being sold to. Like, who else felt so bombarded during Black Friday this past couple days? I felt very overwhelmed seeing all the deals, and I literally had to take a step back and check out. So I think having that sort of raw connection is something really important to have. One IG video, so this used to be IGTV and they changed the function. Basically, I just take this live video and I repost it on there. So I'm repurposing that content to hit that pillar. I haven't done anything specific for that feature yet. 2 static posts, so I'll either post a testimonial from a client to, add some validation to the services that I offer, or I'll share, maybe some trending audio on a shareable type post that I'm hoping people will prompt up to their stories, just bringing in more eyes to my account. And I've been doing 3 reels. So I have a Monday reel, which is all about education, where I'm trying to teach something. I have Wednesdays where they're about trends, so I'm trying to provide some value and give you something that you can try for your own business. And then Fridays, I just get silly, and it's an entertainment pillar where I just have some fun with it. So that's been how I've been approaching things. Let's see. So with that plan, what that looks like, and the month's not over yet, but from what we have, there's 29 posts in total. I've gotten out 3 carousels, 4 lives, 5 if you count today, repurposing those as IG videos, 9 static posts, and 12 reels. So kind of keep that in mind as we go through the stats in the next couple slides. Okay, cool. I can't believe the slideshow thing is working. I can do a tutorial on this if you guys are interested in how I created this. So let's jump into the numbers. So they're gonna look a little crazy high, and it's mostly because I wasn't posting consistently on my account before November. I'd post something every once in a while. I really cleaned up my account at one point. A lot of posts are archived, so don't look at this and be like, my stats don't look like this. Mine usually won't either. If I show you this next month, it's not gonna look like this. So it's like a webinar. Yeah, I want to do those someday. Thank you. Okay, so yes, it's ridiculous. So I reached 130% more accounts compared to October. Keep in mind, not posting consistently in October. Still nice to see the bump and everything like that, but that is mostly from me just, being consistent with what I'm doing. I've reached 16.7 thousand accounts. That's just unreal to me. I've engaged 540 accounts, and my followers went up by like a point percentage. So that's exciting, but let's go in and like dive into that more. Like I want to show you guys the posts that are performing well. Okay, this is cool. So, of all those new people that I've engaged, that 16,000 that we just saw, a lot of them are non-followers. So like, look at that percentage right there. A very small slice of that are actual followers that are already on my account. So, people that are watching this today. And then the rest of that pie are all people that aren't following me. How crazy is that? And the cool thing about that is that they come from my reels. So remember, I'm posting 3 reels a week, and the whole point of that is to provide value and things like that, but I'm also trying to reach a new audience. I'm trying to reach the people that are searching for social media help. I'm trying to provide that help through these reels to a much broader audience. And it's here, it's working. So the vast majority of people that came across me that weren't following me came from reels. And the other interesting thing that I noticed here is that the post that has a little bit, like that's quite a bit too from a feed post, which is normally pushed out to the audience that you already have. That's from my carousels. So that's you people coming across that, swiping through it, reading the tips, and then the hashtags kind of kicking in for me and pushing it to more people that are looking for Instagram help. So it's kind of cool to see that that's working on the post side as well. But yeah, Reels is your like main way to reach a new audience. Let's keep going. So let's talk about my successful Reels. So this account here is mostly pushing social media help and tips, but like I said on Fridays, I like to have a little bit of fun, and that's my fun pillar, and that seems to be what people are responding to the most. So I think the thing about Reels is it's your first chance showing up on somebody's feed. They don't necessarily know you yet as a person. I think showing off your personality in like a funny, silly way is a nice way to try to give off a good first impression of yourself. And that seems to be the content that's working really well for me. One of these is really funny. I heard an audio. It wasn't even trending. I just saw it on Instagram. It's this little girl and she runs into a room. She just looks to her mom. She's like, "Can I say a bad word? Can I say a bad word?" And the mom's on the phone and she's like, "Yeah, I guess, whatever, go do it." And then she screams a bunch of bad words. And I took that and used it as a funny reel of my own because I just thought it was hilarious. And I was able to put it to my niche. So instead of, just copying what I saw in that video, I was able to turn it and say, when somebody gives you a bad comment online, you just want to like give it back to them, but you can't because it'll sink your business kind of thing. So I was able to apply it to my own niche. People found it relatable and funny, and I got a lot of views and watches and stuff based out of that. So I think those are my like numbers. Yeah, so 140 likes on that one, which was really exciting. Let's keep going. That pink one that's there, so that's an education one. So that does indicate to me too that people are finding some value through my reels, but it mostly seems like they're coming for the personality side of it. Okay, so this is my followers. So this was something interesting to me, is although I was reaching all these new eyes on reels and stuff like that, I'm not converting them into followers the way that I would like to see. And I found that really interesting. So it says my growth is 6, but like all throughout the month, I was looking on Instagram, I had 51 new followers and 49 people or something like that that had unfollowed during this time. So it tells me that I found new followers, but I was also probably alienating some of the people that were already here, that were used to like the modeling, acting, maybe the photography content, weren't really down for the change, I guess. And I saw some people dropping off at that same time. So it kind of balanced itself out this month, which was interesting to see. Moving on. Impressions. So something really interesting about this is I found that the reels were of course bringing like the more impressions and stuff like that. So all the ones that did well, you can see the peaks there. Like it's like normal feed post, reel, normal feed post, reel. So every couple days I'm posting one of those. In the beginning of the month, they were doing really well. Towards the end of the month, I noticed my reels weren't getting as much traction, which was interesting. Followers, sorry guys, we just looked at that. I'm still learning how to use this. Okay, reach. Same thing with reach. So again, the reels are bringing my content to a new set of eyes, to a whole new audience, but I'm not necessarily converting them in the way I want to. So that is like a red flag for me in my content to look at for next month and say, okay, well, you know, am I including call to actions at the end? Am I telling them what I want to do in the video, or am I just writing it in the caption that they're not reading? It's things like that that help me basically, like this kinds of stats give me that information to approach how I'm going to change things for next month. Hi, Emily. Next slide. Website clicks. So, oh wait, I want to show you guys how many people came on my profile. That was interesting. Yeah, okay. So over this month period, there's been 814 people that have looked at a piece of my content and have landed on my profile. What was painful to see was the click-through rate of this 800 people was only 30% that would actually go into a link in my link in bio and go to one of the websites that was listed there. So something else that I'm going to keep in mind for the next month is, you know, I'm getting all these eyes on here. Why aren't those 800 people following me? And maybe some of them already are, but why can't I convert all of them? So it's something to keep in mind again for the next month that I want to improve on. And okay, so this comes from latermedia.com. It's a scheduling app. If you guys don't have it, you don't need it. You can get all these stats at Instagram too, but it is nice how it breaks it down for you. And something that I thought was really interesting, they don't consider Reels in this yet, so if you want your Reels analytics, you do still have to go on Instagram. Hi. So what's going on here is it's breaking down all my feed posts, so my static posts and my carousels. And what's really interesting to me was my top performing post for that month was actually my 7 ways to optimize your Instagram bio. So that made me really, really excited to see that it had an engagement rate of 2.4. It might seem low, but that's actually pretty good for an Instagram post, just depending on your audience. That post there, you were able to swipe through and it brought you through step by step how to, you know, take your name and optimize it, what to write in your bio, what to do with the link. It literally, you know, was a tutorial in itself, but since it was in a written format, I didn't actually anticipate it doing so well, and it ended up being my most popular post of the month. Something else that did really well was shareable content. So the one under it there, it's all about call to actions, and it gives you a list of call to actions that you can potentially use. Reason behind that is people could save that post, come back to it later, but that also tells Instagram that that was a great piece of content, and it keeps pushing that for me. The 2 ones below it are testimonials. God love you guys. I get so hyped up when people, when I share a testimonial from one of my clients, a success story. One thing that's a part of that is I kind of have a teaser with the graphic itself. Here's this nice quote, but when you go into the actual post that I've written, the caption, it goes into all the wins that I've had for that client, all the services that I provided for that client. So if they want more content, they can find it there and read it if they're actually interested. And then the other post is another carousel. So it's exciting to see that, you know, it's a balance of, you know, sharing myself and some ups and some wins, but then also sharing some value through the content. So where does this leave me moving forward? Let's chat. So I learned a couple things over the last month. So one, people want to see more of my face. They want me to share more personal and behind the scenes content. It doesn't mean that I haven't been showing my face. Like I've been showing up in my stories, you know, the covers for my reels and stuff. I'm on there, but people want more or like less of a curated version of me. So showing up in these stories, that's a great example. But I think that people want to see more pictures of me. They want to see more graphics on there. They want to see some behind the scenes, some fun stuff. So I definitely need to bring in more of a personal connection in my content over the next month. include more photos, shareable content to nurture the current audience. So yesterday, you'll notice I actually put up a quote post. I'm going to start doing more of those, basically to hit the audience that's already here, inspire you guys, and hopefully you'll share it in your stories, and that'll bring engagement and more eyes on my account. So that's the plan with that. Yes, I absolutely agree with you, Emily. You need to be yourself, and I'm a Capricorn, so by nature, I'm like, everything needs to be planned and tight, and I'm running the ship. So it's hard for me sometimes to take a step back and be like, okay, you can show your goofy self. And that's kind of why I like the Friday reels, where I'm like, my last one was literally me in my shower singing to a Taylor Swift song. So I do try to have some certain ways where I'm being a little more goofy and just being myself, that's who I am. So we'll kind of see if we can find some more balance over the next month with that. And the other thing I noticed I was doing is I was writing great captions for my posts, but especially my reels. You need to have a call to action that actually shows up on the video. So follow me, like this post, read the caption, whatever it is. You need to have a final thing, a final slide, a final call to action on the physical video itself. I think that's why I'm not converting as many followers as I would like to see. So that's something I'm going to be pushing a lot in December to see if I can bring up a difference. And if this is interesting to you guys, we can do another one at the end of December and say, hey, okay, how did the new strategy work? Or how did the improved strategy work? So that's kind of the plan moving forward. And okay. Call for feedback. Emily, this might just be on you, but if anybody else wants to throw in some opinions, I would absolutely love it. So we've done a complete switch in content. It's gone from posting about myself and modeling and all sorts of stuff like that, more of a lifestyle brand, to being a content creation, pushing out value to you guys, business owners. Do you guys enjoy that switch in content? Are you looking for more of a balance between the personal life and the business? Do you just want to see the business? That's important to me, so that's something I'm wondering. I also want to know if you guys have learned anything new from me yet, or if you're just hearing the same shit from everybody. Is there actually being value provided to you guys? And then the other question I have is, what do you want to see more from me? So if you guys want to provide any feedback, I will play the Jeopardy music in my head. It's okay if not to. I'm just happy these slide things worked. Okay, Emily says, I think having balance is good. You can see the passion for your business, but we need to see that you're a real person too. Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. I think that's something that kind of tripped me up over the last month. I've honestly kind of been scared to come back online and try to show my authentic self again after so many different things that have happened. So it's been scary for me to come back on. But even I spoke at FHS this week. I spoke in 2 classes. There was an entrepreneurship class and a business class. And I went in there and I was talking to them and I laid out my whole story to them, and it was so scary. But to get the reactions back that I did, seeing the, confidence boost that I was giving these kids, the inspiration, it was really nice, and it made me feel like myself again. And I think it's taken me a long time this year to start feeling like myself again. Yeah, Allison says she agrees with Emily. Yara's here. She says, you're doing great. I like seeing both business and personal. Yeah, I think that's the main thing that I need to, I totally agree with all of you. I think that's the main thing that I need to focus on over the next month, is striking that balance. And it'll be nice. It's the holiday season. I'm going to bring you guys behind the scenes for different little things, and it'll be fun. It'll be a lot of cute. I really believe that if you're projecting positivity, then you'll attract positivity. Hell yeah, Emily. That's my whole life motto. I absolutely agree with you. And that's really what I try to that's it too. This is not an act. I don't want you guys to think I come on here and portray a certain way or something. I'm bubbly and goofy and weird in my own way. And I really just like coming on here and trying to spread some joy in the world, because we all know it can be a little bleak sometimes. Behind the scenes is always fun to see. Yeah, I need to do more of that kind of stuff. Just show you guys how I'm going to batch shoot my content for December. I still need to do that. So maybe I can bring you guys behind the scenes on that. One of my goals for January is to launch a YouTube channel where I can really go more in depth into these things and bring you guys behind the scenes for some really cool projects. And I'm so excited to start shooting video again and getting into that. We're going to have so much fun. Is there better days for education and humor? Okay, that's a good question. So I like doing education on Monday. It's totally up to you. Like, I like doing education on Monday because I think it kind of sets the tone for the rest of the week. If I give you an idea or a new tip, maybe you'll implement it in your marketing strategy over the next week. So that's something that, like, that's kind of why I go for Mondays. But you can really do any day. And then the humor days, I find Friday, everybody's tired after a long week, you know, they're drained. I just want to provide a little bit of comedy, a little bit of relief at the end of the week. And I think that's why I chose Friday for that reason. But really, it's whatever works for you and your audience when they're more active and things like that. So consider all those things, but that's kind of my like logic behind it. But there, we did it, guys. Here's my beautiful little presentation. Thank you so much for joining me and giving me your feedback and just being supportive throughout everything this past year. Hi, Natalie. I have so many exciting people lined up. I've literally have gone crazy and started messaging people that I admire and asking them to come on and let me interview them. So I have so many surprises coming up that you guys are going to absolutely love. We're going to do... Ooh. Hi, Yara. For reels, we can't schedule them, right? We can save them, but yes, I know. Look, it drives me crazy. So right now you can't schedule your reels. So when Instagram connects to like companies like Later Media, they use something called an API to do so. And right now there isn't, I'm assuming the code or something like that isn't aligning that you're able to do that feature yet. I imagine they're going to bring that on. Right now, something like Later encourages you to drag your video over there and drag your cover over there, and it'll notify you when you want to post, and you can download them straight off there, download your caption, and then you can post it. So it does make it a little more convenient that way, but still a pain in the ass for me too. The other thing I do is I set reminders on my phone and my calendar. So I have reminders for when to post my stories. I have reminders when to post my feed posts, when my reels go up. And the other thing you can do as well is go through your insights on Instagram or Later Media or whatever you use. Go see when the most active times are and post like a half hour, an hour before that, so that content's there for them when they end up landing on Instagram. So something that's been working for me is because I want to reach an audience here in Atlantic Canada, but we also have to keep in mind that our time zones. So when I post something here, California is still 4 hours behind, and I want to reach all of North America. So for me, I'll post a reel at like maybe 7 o'clock in the morning because I want my audience here to see it when they wake up. And then I want everybody else to kind of see it as they start waking up, but it's already gaining traction in one time zone after another. So that's kind of something that's helped me get a couple like viral videos going on, but I'm still trying to figure out all the tips and tricks to it as well. So don't feel discouraged about it. I'm still learning. I'm horrific at TikTok traction. It's mostly over here that's been going well for me. So stay tuned. I will share the raw, authentic stats as I go on. Yeah, totally reminders on the calendar. Just a quick little like 5-minute one or something like that. Even engagement too, actually. So for me, my audience is really active in the evenings. They'll be active around like 7, 8 o'clock. I'll have a little engagement reminder to pop on Instagram for like 5-10 minutes and start engaging with, my current followers, writing some comments, engaging in the stories, things like that. So they're your best friend. And don't beat yourself up too if you forget. That's like totally okay. I've had a couple posts that were supposed to go out this week that didn't go out. What are you doing, boy? That's my dog. I had a couple posts that I wanted to put out this month and I just forgot about to post them, and then it wasn't the right time and all sorts of stuff like that. So don't beat yourself up. You're only a human being. It's totally good. But yeah, try to use your calendar and use like Instagram analytics to see like when those times should be set. But yeah. Anything else, friends? This was fun. I really enjoyed that you guys came here. Okay, I think I'm going to wrap it up for this one, but never hesitate to message me if you have any questions about social media. I'm 110% here to help you guys. I feel your pains and woes. I'm going through them too and figuring them out one at a time, so never hesitate. Thank you so much for joining. Can I end this little photo thing? Yeah, okay, cool. This is more personal. Thank you so much for joining. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate you guys supporting me throughout all of this. It's been quite the change, but I like the direction and things I'm going. I feel like I'm aligned with my passions. There's so many amazing people coming on here that I can't talk about yet, but stay tuned. Thank you so much, and I hope you guys have a fabulous Sunday. Bye.